Thank you, Bill. New details tonight in the case of this man, Russell Vane, the former Grand Rapids man suspected of murder and accused of sexually abusing women and young girls 3 decades ago.
His move out of Michigan was perhaps his undoing. 24-hour News 8's Ken Kolker reports on this latest twist. Ken?
Yes, Brian and Susie, the allegations of rape and molestation are horrific. Forcing himself on a 5-year-old girl, cutting phone lines and breaking into a home to rape, all in the 70s and early 80s. But none of those charges could have been filed against Russell Vane if he had done one thing: stayed in Michigan. Instead, he moved to Alabama in 1982, and the statute of limitations clock, which would have run out, stopped running altogether. For the son of murder victim Catherine Darling, he hopes it leads to justice. He has no memories of his mother.
No, just pictures.
Darling was 15 months old when his 17-year-old mom, pregnant with her second child, was raped and strangled in their home in Grand Rapids. March 1976. Michael in his crib when it happened.
I was actually right in the next room when she was killed, and they left me in my crib.
33 years later, Michael Darling, now a father himself and living in Virginia, is not surprised by the latest news that Russell Vane has been charged with 5 sexual assaults, some involving his relatives, and is a suspect in the death of his mom. Darling's father had told him about his suspicions.
He always told me that, he thought that Russ had something to do with it.
Vane, now 58, also is a suspect in the August 1979 strangulation of Diane Sue Holloway. Vane, who worked as a roofer, was a friend of the Darling family, dated a relative, even after Mike's mom was killed.
He was just kind of I'd say like a big goofy caveman.
Yeah.
He always had like the long hair and just real goofy, but he seemed kind of harmless,
But women were leery.
According to my dad, he gave all the women in the family, the creeps, kind of, nobody'd want to be alone with him and stuff.
Vane moved to Alabama 5 years after Darling's murder. Michael Darling was raised for a time by an aunt and an uncle, then by his father and stepmother.
Every time I drink and get like that, it's, you get sentimental and start crying, and it's always like you're missing something in your life,
Tonight at 6, we'll take a closer look at the investigation, including an interview with a man who says he was unfairly accused.